Hello, good afternoon and welcome to this brand new edition of the newsroom right here on ET Now. I'm Cheryl D'Souza and along with me is my colleague Vinny Motiwala. Good afternoon to you, Vinny, as well. But definitely not a great afternoon coming in for the markets. As you can see, it's a sea of red across the screen. We have 4 nifty stocks that are trading in the positive territory. And this is also happening with what is happening with the global cues as well. You had US see a weak close on Friday. You have European futures that are pointing out to a negative start because of the rising Russia-Ukraine tensions, as well as the aggressive rate bets that are coming in from Federal Reserve officials as well. So all of that is actually triggering this particular move in our markets. But let's talk about earnings, Vinny. And Adani Wilmar came out with his earnings a few minutes ago, I believe.
Absolutely, Sharon. And look at the numbers also. Overall, they've seen a good growth coming in Q3. Got their margins coming in at 3.5 as well.
Right, absolutely. Adani Wilmar, that particular counter, as you can see on your screen, it is actually trading higher by about 1.9% as we speak currently, and this is on back of good earnings coming in for that particular counter. But let's bring on board the management of Adani Wilmar. We are joined by Mr. Angshu Mallick, who is the Managing Director and CEO of the company, as well as Shrikant Kanhere, who is the Chief Financial Officer at Adani Wilmar. Good morning, good afternoon, Mr. Mallick as well as Kanhere. Thank you so much for joining us on ET Now. And let's talk about the quarter gone by for your company. How have the things transpired when it comes to your revenue growth, your margins as well?
See, as far as Adani Wilmar, you have seen that we have kept with our past records of growth. Overall, food volumes have been growing at around 30% per annum on volume terms. On edible oil front, also we have shown slight growth, although the market growth has not been there because of the very heavy oil prices. But by and large, the company has kept with the growth tandem and the pattern that we have been growing. Value-wise, the growth has been very high because of the inflationary pressures and the edible oil prices have gone up. So we have been able to pass on to the consumers, and hence the value growth has been much higher.
Right. Let's talk about the palm oil prices. We've seen a sharp uptick that is coming in on the palm oil prices. How is that going to impact your company? Will it impact the margins going ahead? Have you also taken some price hikes to counter that?
See, Adani Wilmar Ltd has always believed in a portfolio of oil. So palm oil is not more than 35% of our total edible oil business. We have bigger volumes coming from soybean oil, mustard oil, and sunflower oil. So palm oil, although the prices have gone up, we have been able to pass that on to the institution buyers, most of them who buy for their manufacturing of food and food products. Other oils have been steady. So palm oil prices, although being heavy, the volumes have come down on palm oil, surely because of the higher prices.
Right. Mr. Shrikant, I'm actually going to come to you as well. I do want to ask about the margins coming in on the food business. How does that actually work out for the company? We are seeing a good growth coming in the revenue growth, but what is the margins looking like? And going forward also, what can we expect in terms of margins over there, specifically for the food business?
Yeah, I think food is going to be the strategy for the company as we move forward. And in this quarter also, we have been able to showcase a good growth on the top line, 30% plus, whether it is a volume as well as revenues are concerned. The margins are flattish, and that's what we have been kept saying for since past, that this is something which we are developing, and this is something which is at a development stage, and therefore 500,000 ton of food basket today, which will be growing at 30-35%. So as far as the margins are concerned, we are happy with the kind of performance which food business has given. With the kind of flattish margins, it's a break-even business for us. And I think as we move forward, the more food comes in, and I think margin consolidation will start at the end of it.
Right. And lastly, Mr. Mallick, I'm just going to come to you and touch base upon the rural growth and urban growth. Now, some of the FMCG companies have actually highlighted about a bit of a rural slowdown coming in. Is that something you've seen in? Because you do have a decent exposure coming in the rural areas.
Say I agree with other FMCG players also that rural has been under pressure, and we have also seen the rural growth, particularly in edible oil, little subdued. But when it comes to branded staple foods, the overall growth has come both from the rural as well as the urban market. Although rural has grown little slow, but then I would say when 25% of the business comes from rural markets, branded staples, it's a very good, and it is still growing fast. And as you see, we have grown at around 30% over quarter on quarter or last year same time. So obviously the rural has also grown. But yes, I agree, the rural market is under pressure, and hopefully after March, I believe that rural markets will start coming back on track because of the income that they get from the harvest.
Right, Mr. Mallick and Kanhere, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining us on the show and giving us a take on actually taking us through how Adani Wilmar actually fared in the quarter gone by and what lies ahead for the company. And that was the Managing Director and CEO of Adani Wilmar as well as the CFO of the company.